Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tailfin's Executive Briefing. It's great to have you back again this week.
Yes, welcome back, folks. It's been a busy week in the world of artificial intelligence, with breakthroughs, updates, and plenty of headline news. We promise to break them all down for you in a way that's easy to follow and, hopefully, spark some curiosity.
Exactly. Did you guys know we've hit 1 billion daily searches with ChatGPT? 1 billion! That's just one of the highlights, and we're also diving into 4 big tech stories this week. But one big tech story we won't be going near today is our old friend Elon Musk's painful divorce from Donald Trump, which is being played out on global social media as we record today. We'll leave that to the Rest is Ego Wars podcast team to dive into.
No, we're steering well clear of that insult-fueled breakup. Anything we say will be out of date faster than yesterday's sushi rolls. There's a lot to get through here today, so let's jump right into it.
All right then, let's dive into Google's Gemini 2.5 Pro update. They're rolling out faster updates more frequently, and while it's not exactly a total overhaul, the performance benchmark improvements are pretty impressive. Imagine keeping up with GPT-4's pace, but with way shorter update cycles. This is the kind of innovation that keeps the competition fierce.
Yes, and that speaks directly to the shift we're seeing across big tech, doesn't it? The focus now is on iterating quickly, evolution over revolution, as you put it. It's almost a survival strategy in the competitive landscape, ensuring relevance through agility. What's your take on that rollout strategy, though?
So here's the thing. I lived through this in my last startup. It's a total double-edged sword. Yeah, speed's important because nobody wants to play catch-up, right? But you've got to balance it with stability. I mean, we're talking real-world applications that businesses rely on. If something goes buggy mid-update, whole workflows collapse, and trust me, I learned that the hard way.
It seems there's a shift in how users perceive updates as well. The expectation, particularly with AI, is this constant state of betterment. Anything less and, well, companies risk being seen as stagnant.
Right? It's like, if these updates don't deliver noticeable improvements, users are like, why bother? And speaking of delivering, how about ChatGPT hitting 1 billion daily searches? Can you believe that? 1 billion. And ChatGPT has got there over 5 times faster than Google did.
It's remarkable, and the growth trajectory, it's rocketing. 800 million active monthly users. It's getting up to 10% of the total global population. What stood out to me is the geographical spread. India dominates, doesn't it?
Yes, India's just killing it. And look, this isn't just a consumer hit. It's pulling in billions in revenue for OpenAI, like $3.7 billion annually. It's not just tech wondering anymore. It's a viable, thriving business model that's shaping industries. It's giving proper commercial credibility to a whole load of adjacent technology.
And then we have Perplexity, taking a completely different but equally compelling route by integrating with Samsung devices. This move is fascinating to me. It's less about the standalone platform numbers and more about building ubiquity by embedding directly into hardware.
Exactly. And they are already at 780 million monthly searches, and now it's going to be built into devices? That's a smart distribution strategy. Your average user probably won't even realize they're using AI tech, but their experience, completely streamlined. It's subtle but genius.
Subtle indeed, and that's the genius of it, removing barriers while delivering functionality. The future of AI, as it seems, lies in these kinds of partnerships, where integration becomes invisible, yet indispensable.
Speaking of these AI strategies shaping industries, I came across something fascinating this week, Anthropic's Claude Gov, an LLM specifically designed for classified U.S. government files. That's a whole new level of strategic implementation, don't you think?
It certainly is, Maddie. It's a clear indication of how far AI has come in terms of versatility. The US government adopting something like Claude Gov for handling classified files shows a level of trust in these systems. But it's not without its questions, is it?
Oh, for sure. What I'm curious about is how they're addressing potential vulnerabilities. What happens if there's a data breach? It's one thing to grapple with sensitive data leaking in a corporate setting, but classified government files, that's next level.
Yes, and it brings accountability into sharp focus. Who is held responsible if something goes wrong? But on the flip side, it does make government operations potentially more efficient, especially with file organization, analysis, and retrieval. It's a necessary evolution, perhaps.
Totally. And speaking of necessary evolutions, Alphabet's CEO recently addressed job displacement fears with AI. His denial that AI will reduce the workforce by 90,000 people, which is around half of everyone the business employs. Do you buy that? Because I have mixed feelings.
I appreciate the attempt at reassurance, but it feels optimistic. Overly so, perhaps. Job displacement concerns are valid, especially as automation becomes more seamless. But a change doesn't inherently mean loss. It could mean redeployment. What are your thoughts on how companies should handle this narrative?
Yeah, redeployment sounds great in theory, but I think companies need real, actionable plans for it. Like, what's the training strategy? How are they helping employees transition into new roles? Too often it's treated as an afterthought. You can't just say, don't worry, your jobs are safe, without actually mapping out the steps, you know?
Precisely. And while companies wrestle with workforce concerns, we're seeing cities position themselves as new hubs for AI innovation. Case in point, New York's Tech Week. Did you catch how they're branding themselves as the East Coast rival to San Francisco now?
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, it's long overdue. I mean, San Francisco has had this chokehold on AI startups forever. I went there last year and everyone I met either worked in big tech, had a startup, or was homeless. Sometimes two of the three at the same time. But New York's a powerhouse. They've got financial clout, infrastructure, and, well, people who aren't just tech insular. Finally, the East Coast is stepping into the spotlight.
And it's refreshing to see, isn't it? AI's growth shouldn't belong to one singular geographic region. It thrives on diversity of thought and experience. Expanding these hubs potentially diversifies the problems AI is solving, especially when you factor in areas like public safety. Shall we move to Volvo's new AI seatbelt system?
Yes, smart seatbelt tech. I nerded out when I read about this. 11 user profiles that adapt within moments during an impact? That's brilliant. I mean, you're looking at tech that could literally save, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of lives? Volvo's not playing around, and it's tech that can benefit us all, whatever size or shape we are.
I like what Volvo stands for. They've built their brand on safety, and this is the next logical step. A system that adjusts in real time to protect passengers differently depending on size and position. It sets an entirely new standard for automotive AI applications.
Exactly. And it's a perfect example of AI, being used for public good. We talk so much about the big, flashy advancements, but this is practical, life-saving innovation. I love seeing AI applied like this.
Back to the UK for our final story, and over to the House of Lords. This often criticised institution acts as a handbrake to proposed government legislation, and right now they are fighting Labour's proposed legislation on training LLMs on copyrighted material.
That's right. And the British creative industry have found their champion, with the venerable peers bouncing the legislation right back at the Commons for the 5th time in an attempt to change the wording from an opt-out to an opt-in. Might seem a small detail, but the whole LLM training model depends on scale, and this is a real balancing act between preserving copyright protection and allowing enforceable usage revenue models.
So it's a small victory for the creative industry, but a really important step in the process.
Okay, Eric, let's shift gears to what might be my favorite part of this week: practical AI tools. We've touched on big innovations like Volvo's life-saving tech, but these tools, they're the kind of things our listeners can use right now to make their own everyday lives easier. No code required, just plug and play. We're focusing on efficiency and productivity today.
Yes, and with free plans available in most cases, they're also incredibly accessible. Where do you want to start, Maddie?
Okay, let's talk about Tana. Think of it as sort of GPS for your workflow. It takes your notes and turns them into actionable steps. So if you're someone who has lists scattered all over the place, Post-its, apps, random scraps of paper, Tana centralizes all of that. Really smart tagging too.
That sounds exceptionally useful. It's like a digital assistant, but tailored to how you organize your thoughts.
Exactly. And for personal use, it's awesome. But for businesses, it's basically a project manager on steroids. There's a free plan, and the monthly pro plan is only $10 a month, and you can try it out at tana.inc. But speaking of productivity, let's talk about how to use AI to improve your life of back-to-back meetings.
Everybody's work diary nightmare. The idea of turbocharging meeting productivity is certainly appealing, and Fathom does just that. Remind me, how does it work again?
Okay, picture this. You're in a meeting on Zoom or Teams, and Fathom is there, quietly doing all the heavy lifting. It records, transcribes, summarizes, pulls out action items, even creates highlight reels. You're basically free to actually focus on the conversation. No more scrambling to take notes or worrying you'll forget something. And you can take those video clips of Dave promising he'll do something by Tuesday and pop them into the Teams chat as a little reminder if you need to.
That's tremendously helpful. And I imagine it's particularly appealing for teams working across different time zones or those with, shall we say, meeting fatigue.
Totally. Meetings are such a black hole for productivity sometimes, you know? You can find Fathom at fathom.video, and they've got a basic free plan and 3 paid plans to choose from if you like it. Okay then, moving on. You're gonna love this one. Relevance, another no-code AI platform. This one lets you build your own AI agents, like your own mini workforce of bots.
That is fascinating. So you can effectively create assistants or task-specific tools tailored to your workflow.
Yeah, and it's super user-friendly. You can even train these agents on your internal company knowledge, set up triggers, and let them handle, well, pretty much anything you throw at them. Customer support, data collection, even analytics. It's like having extra hands without the overhead.
That sounds like an incredible way to scale processes, particularly for smaller teams or businesses looking to grow efficiently.
Exactly. Their free plan lets you build an agent for free, and you can start scaling up once you've got to grips with it on their $19 a month pro plan. AI agents are a fast-growing part of the AI ecosystem at the moment, and it's great you can experiment here for free.
And you can find them at relevanceai.com.
All right, last up, Guide. This one is just, wow, such a time saver. It's an AI video documentation tool. So if you've ever had to explain a process, demo a bit of software, or train a team member, Guide creates these slick how-to videos super fast. It handles voiceovers, steps, even style editing. Seriously, you could roll out training videos in like half the time.
I can see how that would be an invaluable resource for onboarding or team support. And the fact that it scales and integrates with existing software, simply brilliant.
Yeah, it's a really well-built piece of kit. It's called Guide with 2 Ds, and it's at guide.com, makes how-to videos as easy as clicking a few buttons. And I think that's what I love most about all of these tools. AI isn't just this abstract, futuristic concept anymore. It's solving real-world problems. Right now.
Certainly. It's clear that AI is beginning to permeate every aspect of our lives, from productivity at work to seamless integrations in technology, and even to life-saving advancements in safety tech. It's an exciting time to be discussing these developments.
Absolutely. And with that, I guess it's time to wrap things up. It's been such a blast sharing all of these updates with you guys. From big tech moves to government innovations to everyday tools, AI is everywhere now, and it's only just getting started.
Indeed, Maddie. Thank you to our listeners for tuning in. We hope you're walking away inspired and perhaps with a few new tools or ideas to explore. As always, it's been a pleasure to share this space with you.
Ditto. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to join us at Tailfin next week for more AI insights. Till next time, take care and keep making AI work for you.